I play Harry McCoy, who is the driving force of this play. He is a newspaper reporter. He writes for several daily newspapers, and he goes undercover into the KKK and writes an expose about them. But no one will print it.
Bob receives a manuscript from an old war buddy who's infiltrated the Ku Klux Klan as essentially an undercover reporter, but can't really get any traction either with the authorities or the press. So he suggests that Bob incorporate a storyline into the Superman radio show, of which he's the producer, that will have Superman fighting the Ku Klux Klan as an enemy.
Veronica is married to Bob Van Meer, who is the producer of this Superman radio show. You know, her husband is working on all these things behind the scenes, trying to get the show exposing the KKK, and she's kind of taking the hits that they get threat notes at home and stuff like that, and she's pregnant with a baby, so she's starting to be concerned for her family, for what the future is going to bring because her husband is involved in all these things.
Rita Wilson is a 29-year-old African-American woman. She's pretty much on her own. She wants to go back to school to be a nurse and make the world a better place. And just like any other woman, she wants what most women want, a husband, kids, and a nice house. And I get a sense of loneliness from her, that she's lonely and is pretty much on her own, but she still wants to make the world a better place.
Dan is a guy who is very entrenched in the radio era. His career, he's devoted to the radio era, and so he, at the point that the play is taking place, is sort of watching the sunset of this era take place, and the future in a number of ways, both socially and in terms of media, sort of move forward without him.
So Lana is so fun because she is the only girl on a radio show with 3 men that she works with, and she's kind of a girly guy, and I like that because that's kind of how I am.
Ben Abrams, interesting character. He's an actor. He's Jewish and was sort of slighted, when he was originally asked to join the cast of the Superman radio show.
I'm playing Smitty, one of the radio players. I have the great pleasure of doing 7 different voices, inflections, and accents. I'm enjoying it immensely.
I'm Scott Seifert. I play Joe Miller, who is the voice of Superman, the announcer, and Clark Kent.
It's funny, it's touching, it's history, and it's something I think you will be glad you came to see.